The issue is not the weight that you're under. The problem is you're trying to lift it alone instead of utilizing spotters. If I put 500 pounds on my back and I'm squatting it, great. If I'm lifting this weight alone though, if I'm going until failure, that means at some point I'm probably gonna fall. This weight is probably gonna get too heavy. And at some point I'm gonna go down and I probably ain't got the strength in my legs to push back up. But if I got these spotters alongside me, the second they see signs or I vocalize that it's too heavy, they don't take the weight off of me. They just lift it with me. See, the common misconception of community that has begun to pervert certain friendships is that people are looking for other people to take the weight off instead of lift with. And at this point in time, I'm just going to be the one to tell you what you need in a friend is not somebody that is going to take the weight off. They'll just lift it with you. You need a community that's not going to take the weight off. They just going to lift it with you. See, a lot of y'all are going into relationships with people that seem to have all of this strength and all this mighty man macho power, and you have this expectation, just take the weight off. The weight of insecurity and anxiety, just take the weight off. Financial instability, just take the weight off. I just don't want to have to work. Just take the weight off. Men, when it comes to their ego, validation, and identity, women, just take the weight off. The pressures of the world. I need you to make me feel like I'm enough. But when in reality, instead of having you lift it with me, instead of having you lift life with me, I need you to lift it for me. And whenever you find yourself in relationships where you have the expectation on somebody else to lift it for you instead of lift it with you, if they lift it for you, they will be doing you a disservice. If they're lifting it for you, they are not actually for you. And I begin to wonder how many people have perverted their friendly relationships to the point where now resentment is in the picture. And resentment is in the relationship all because of the unrealistic expectation on somebody else to lift for what they were only supposed to lift with. Because now they will look at the person and say, you too heavy. Like if I got my spotters and I got 500 pounds on my back, if I say it's too heavy, I don't all of a sudden get from under this weight and say lift it up and rack it. I stay up under this weight. All I do is ask them to put their hands on it with me and we lift together. Now all of a sudden this same 500 pounds, if I really wanted to, I could lift it again and again and again.